Game time in Norman, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, where we are dropping content on the daily, covering all things Sooner sports, specifically Sooner football. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. OU versus Tulane, 2:30 this afternoon. A matchup where a lot of Sooner fans are timid, hesitant, to seem to think that OU is going to kind of roll this team. They're very leery of this opponent, Jay. And you've seen in the past, Tulane has come into Norman, Oklahoma, when Lincoln Riley was here and other times, and put on a good showing. They gave Kansas State fits, and now they're coming into OU, into Norman, where facing a team in which struggled mightily on the offensive side of the ball against Houston. Jay, opening thoughts on the game today?
Well, first off, Tulane, the uniform selection is elite. Going to look great in those nice uniforms that they're going to be wearing. But this is a game OU cannot be timid. You talked about timid. The fans are. OU cannot be that way. They got to come out and offensively try to put something together. You know, they have about all week to prepare, scheme, script. To me, the first drive may tell us everything we need to know about this team. Because if they go out there and go 3 and out, that could be a very long day. And, you know, nothing from 2 games right now I could say I can put my finger on and say, ooh, I think they're going to be a lot better this game. I have to see it to believe it, and maybe I will see it tomorrow. I'm not sure. But things got to be better. One thing has to be better is the run game. Somehow, some way, you got to establish a run. Tulane is ranked 94th against the run. 94th. That's not good. K-State ran the ball quite a bit on it. OU should be able to run the ball this week. If they can't, and if they don't, I think that pretty much tells you what you need to know about OU's run game for the rest of the year. Because I was talking to somebody about this earlier. After this week, pretty much every team you play has a chance to beat you except Maine. So, and this week included, I mean. So this is time to step up and show out, and time for Seth to trail on this offense to get things going.
Speaking of Seth Luttrell on the offense, they've heard it all week. They've heard the criticism. They've heard the negativity, rightfully so. It's time to maybe allow that to bother you a little bit and go out there from the get-go and play with some intensity, with some, as Daniel Brooks said last on the live, some nastiness in your game. And let it loose. Play free. Get on the board early and let this defense pin their ears back with the lead and see what they can do to this quarterback at Tulane. Because Tulane has a lot of Listen, Tulane's pretty young. It's not the team of Michael Pratt and those guys that were here for forever. We do know a familiar face, though, Mario Williams. They have 2 receivers. Mario Williams, they also have a receiver from Alabama. So 2 guys from major programs on their team. And I think OU's probably chomping at the bit to defend Mario Williams.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think one thing this game does for you, though, is with Tennessee looming, it gives you a lot stiffer competition than you've played in the first 2 weeks. And I know a lot of people say Tulane's not any good. They're better than you've played the first 2 weeks, and I think they're a pretty good team. So it gives you a step up. It also gives you a chance to face a good quarterback, in my opinion. Pretty dang good quarterback who can run and throw. I think it'll be a good test for the defense. It'll be a good test for the offense as far as maybe trying to get it together and see what this team is made of.
Tulane, 94th against the run. Third down, I believe they're 50th. Actually about 50, I think 50th in total defense, top 40 in third down defense. So
OU's been awful at third.
OU's been near the bottom, actually next to last, I believe, at the bottom of third down conversions. The running game will help. You get in shorter yardage on third down, that helps. Jay, let's get right to it. Sooner standouts on offense, defense, and special teams. Who you got?
Offense, I think it's going to be fairly low scoring again for Oklahoma, so I'm going to go with the tight end. You know, they've each caught a touchdown pass in the first 2 games. I'm going to go with Bauer Sharp, gets another touchdown and is going to be one of the offensive standouts. Defensively, I'm going to go, man, it's hard not to pick Danny Stutzman coming off the game he had last week. My goodness, what an effort from Danny. So I'm going to roll with him, Danny Stutzman, as my defensive player of the week. And special teams, I'm going to say kicker, because I think last week he missed, and the first week Tyler had a good game. Last week he had one opportunity, missed it. I think this game's going to come down to a field goal, and I think he gets it. I think he has 2 field goals on the day, and he's my special teams player of the week.
Yeah, offensively, I think OU is going to run the ball a lot better today. I think this offensive line is going to produce some holes. My offensive player of the week, man, I'm going to say it's Javonte Barnes, Jay. I think Javonte Barnes is going to show out a little bit tomorrow. I think he's going to get near 100 yards on the ground, or I'll say total yards, air and ground. So I think it's Javonte Barnes. On defense, this has been tough for me. Thinking through schematically what Tulane's going to do. Obviously, they have a dual threat quarterback. I think holding him down is going to be key. So I think backers are going to be key, but I think the guy who's going to be the biggest key, I'm going to go with him again, is Kendall Dolby on the edge with Cheetah. He's going to play a big role, having to drop back into coverage some, having to attack and get the quarterback. Kendall Dolby, defensive player, defensive Sooner standout. And on special teams, I got Samuel Franklin. I think he's going to run a kickoff quite a bit of a distance. I'm not going to say he's making a house call. I think he's going to get the Sooners in some good territory running kicks back. So I got Samuel Franklin as my Sooner standout on special teams. Let's get to score predictions, Jay, and let's start with 2 national games. You got former Sooner Tolly Walker playing for the Wisconsin Badgers, hosting Alabama Crimson Tide. Jay, who do you got?
Before the season started, I had Wisconsin as one of my maybe sleepers with Nebraska in that Big Ten conference. Haven't been impressed with what I've seen so far from Wisconsin and their quarterback play with Van Dyken. I'm going to have to pick Bama in this game. If it had been a night game, maybe I give Wisconsin a better chance. 11 a.m. kick. I'm going with Bama. I think Bama wins this game. I think it'll be closer than people think, but I think Bama wins.
Yeah, listen, I am very high on Luke Fickell. This is a game I think Wisconsin and Luke Fickell has been circling for a long time. Kalen DeBoer going into a rowdy environment, 11 a.m. kick. Tyler Van Dyke's been horrible. I just have a feeling, Jay, that this is going to be such a low-scoring game, and I think Wisconsin is going to eke this out in field goals. I think Milroe is going to show his turnover proneness, and I think Wisconsin's going to pull this upset. And I'm even shocked that I got to that point, but the more I thought about it this week, Jay, I'm going with that. The other one, Boston College at Missouri, another SEC future opponent for the Sooners. Who you got?
This is a game, if you're in the Discord, I've already picked this game earlier this week. If you're not in the Discord, I don't know what you're waiting for. Sign up for it. Link is in the description. Sign up for the unlimited membership. You can be part of it. But I dropped it earlier this week as my hot take and my upset pick. I think Boston College beats Missouri. Missouri got off to a slow start last week. Yes, they pulled away. But Boston College is a good team. I think people kind of underestimate Boston College. Ranked number 24, I believe. They won at Florida State. I know Florida State is 0-2, but I watched that game. Bill O'Brien can coach football. He can coach offense. Their quarterback can run and throw. Their defense, pretty good. I think they give Missouri a really good game, and I think they come out on top in a close one.
Yeah, I do know that Boston College playing at Florida State, Jay, they've seen a tough road environment. Missouri's not going to be that. Brady Cook, I don't think is elite, but I think Missouri's defense is way better than people are saying. I've got Missouri winning this game. I think they're going to be able to shut down the dual threat quarterback of Boston College, especially in the running attack, make him one-dimensional throwing the ball. I got Missouri winning this game. Sooners versus the Green Wave, Jay.
This game to me, I've said it all week. Last week on the Houston game, I picked OU to recover from that first game and really look good offensively. They didn't do it. After watching 2 games and not seeing a great offense out there, it's hard for me to pick OU to score a bunch of points. So I'm going to pick that they don't. I'm going to pick OU scores 20, and they hold Tulane to 17 points and get the victory. They escape with the victory and go to their first SEC game undefeated. I'll say this too. One of my hot takes. One of Oklahoma's touchdown will be a trick play.
I've got the Sooners 33-13. That's a lot of threes. And there may be a lot of 3 and outs, but I have OU winning 33-13. I think they're going to score 4 touchdowns on offense. I think the defense is going to show itself to be really, really good again. And the Sooners win 33-13, covering the spread in this game. Sooner fans, drop your comments in the comment section of this video, who your Sooner standouts are on offense, defense, and special teams, who you have in the national games, Alabama versus Wisconsin, Boston College versus Missouri, and, of course, the Sooners versus Tulane. Make sure you join us before the game at 12:30 for a pregame live, and after the game, immediately following the clock being run out in the Palace on the Prairie, and join us immediately following so you can join the post-game live with the Sooner Surge. Make sure you're subscribed so you'll be notified of all those things, and we can't wait to see you later. Boomer.